Hello, I'm the Laughing Fool. No, the first Laughing Fool. And it's a cold day here in Michigan, and it's a pretty cold day in the One Piece world, too. So, One Piece chapter 844, Sanji versus Luffy. And this, I knew this was going to hurt, but I did it anyway, because... oh man. Alright, so picking up from where we left off last time, Sanji has challenged Luffy and he's going to just beat him up because he's a lowly commoner compared to him, but in reality we all know it's because he's being threatened and extorted into going through this marriage and supporting his family. Man. So the fight ensues, and it's actually a pretty good fight considering the fact that Luffy never fights back, actually. I mean, it's just like... Sanji is just wailing on him with his kicks and all that, and just like attacking him and Luffy's not even using Armament Haki. He's not even defending himself at this point. He's just taking his attacks head on. And Sanji's going all out. He's trying to convince Luffy to leave and let him deal with this problem, but Luffy's not having any of it. I mean, this is kind of a short chapter in the way that it's like mostly just Sanji beating up Luffy, and that's pretty hard to watch, considering, you know, Sanji is probably one of Luffy's more loyal supporters in the Straw Hats. I mean, you think back to their history, Sanji had almost given up on pursuing his dream of finding All Blue. And then Luffy came along and showed him, you know, you can actually, you know, believe in something and follow through on it. So this is why this is so hard, actually, because, I mean, Sanji is just, like, you know, and this is like, you know, we're getting these flashbacks while he's, like, you know, beating Luffy up about how Luffy was, like, you know, encouraging him to find All Blue and become his crew member, his Nakama, and all this stuff. And in the end, Sanji manages to knock out Luffy. Again, I don't know if this is accurate representing how strong Sanji is. He's a monster trio. He's obviously very strong. But I don't know how accurate this represents it, because, again, Luffy wasn't even using Armament Haki to defend himself, and obviously Sanji was to attack him. I mean, actually, I find it kind of interesting, because Sanji used Diable Jambe here, or the Devil's Leg, whatever. I probably can't pronounce the Spanish very well. But he uses it, and everyone's like shocked, like, because they saw him fight Judge earlier, and I guess did he not use that then? I'm going to have to go back and reread that chapter, because everyone was shocked to see Sanji using the fiery kicks and all that against Luffy. And I also love the fact that Luffy was like losing teeth in the fight, because I bet you anything he's not going to have a full set of teeth in the end of this arc. That always confused me, how like people can, like, especially Usopp, will lose teeth in a fight, and then like later on it says a full set of pearly whites. But yeah, teeth do not grow back. Anime, what are you gonna do? But okay, so fight, and eventually Luffy's knocked out. And Nami's response is, Nami's buying this. Nami thinks Sanji's being serious about all this. So she actually goes up and slaps him across the face, and just, like, you know, calling him Lord Sanji now, really sarcastically. And actually, I like how the manga stream chapter pointed out that she's no longer calling him Sanji-kun, as, you know, she often does. And actually, now, despite the fact that Nami often harasses Sanji in the sense that it's like, you know, like, she often, like, you know, just goes like, you're just, you know, she calls him an idiot sometimes and all that stuff. This actually kind of shows that she does have a lot of respect for Sanji, and that with that respect gone, how little she thinks of him now. But Luffy's not buying this. Thankfully, Luffy's, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Luffy is actually smart enough here to figure out what Sanji's doing, at least the extent that he's, like, trying to get rid of Luffy. But Luffy's also realizing that Sanji's in a lot of pain from all this. And as they're driving, and eventually, like, you know, the Vinsmokes just let the Straw Hats go. They just say, you know, okay, you know, you've proven your point, you're not with them anymore, So let's just get out of here. And they just casually drive away in their little cat carriage, whatever it is. I don't know. What ain't your puns? But so they're driving away, and Luffy's just like yelling at us. He's recovered, but he's not decided not to. Honestly, Luffy's kind of doing the right thing here, I think, in a way, in that he's just like, yelling at Sanji, like, I'm not buying this. You're in pain. I'm not going to move from this spot until you come back. More to the point, he's now on a hunger strike. So Luffy has now threatened to not eat another bite unless it comes from Sanji's hands, and we all know how Luffy's metabolism, how fast he starves. And Sanji's driving away, and his family is like, hardy har, you beat the crap out of him, you proven you're one of us now. And there's like, I think it's like Niji who's like slapping him on the back, giving him the congratulations and all this. And I guess they're not even noticing that Sanji is just crying like crazy. He's just like, this hurt him more than anything. So, it kind of bothers me that Nami actually bought this so readily. You'd think if anyone would have figured out that he was lying and just trying to get rid of them, it would have been Nami. But, I mean, Nami is smart, but she's not as, not as perceptive as Luffy. So I guess that makes sense. And I'm kind of not worried too, because like Luffy's promised not to move from that spot, and Luffy makes a promise, he keeps it. So I'm not worried now he's going to be attacked by Big Mom's crew, and shit's going to happen. But oh man, I can't wait for Judge to get his ass beaten. Like I said, it's a cold day here, and I feel all the colder for it now. But I know this is going to pay off. I mean, Oda hasn't really disappointed me yet, so I'm really looking forward to when this all comes to a head. And I mean, my prediction right now is that Sanji's actually going to get to yell at her and just stop there. Because once he's, Mary's pudding, it's all over. It's like he's now part of the Big Mom crew. I mean, we still have, Carrot and Chopper running around the Mirror World. We still have Brook and Pedro running around inside the Cracker Soldier looking for the polyglyph. So so many variables right now. And, of course, Pikum's doing something, and Jinbei's doing something. There's so many people running around right now that it's hard to keep track of it all, actually. And I'm guessing the next chapter is going to focus on one of those parties. It's going to focus on Brook and Pedro, maybe, or maybe tell us finally what happened to Jinbei. That's going to really suck, too, if, like, Luffy's, like, camped out in this spot right there, and they get some news that Jinbei's like life is in danger or something, or Pikum's life is in danger, or someone's life is in danger, because he's not going to break that promise for anything. Again, Luffy says something, he does it. Oh man, I don't remember seeing a break next week, but if there is, it's going to be really tough. So I guess we'll just have to wait for next week to find out and see what's going to happen to Vinsmoke Sanji. Oh, man, that feels weird saying that. I'm almost willing to count this as like a Soga King thing, where like this is like a separate personalities, Sanji, a second persona Sanji's putting on here. So I'm referring now to. Guess what I'm saying is I'm referring now to Sanji and Vinsmoke Sanji. They're two different people in my book. Oh man, I gotta do something. Thank you. Bye.